Terrell here, and I'm back again with another review, this time for the Winchesters, which is going to be coming out on October the 11th on the CW. If any of you are familiar with the Supernatural series, then you already know the Winchester name before I even say it, right? Let's give you a little background, right? So, Supernatural, 15 seasons, starring Jensen Ackles, and Jared Padalecki, 15 years on the CW, one of their most successful shows. Coming right on right after Smallville at 9 o'clock. Not too many shows go 15 seasons, not on the CW, but I think that this getting a prequel, which full disclosure, I had no faith in whatsoever. Right, I had no reasons. I'm like, what are they doing a prequel series for? To the show, but then you think about it. I mean, again, it's one of their most successful shows. What reason would they not have to do a prequel series to a show that lasted 15 years? Um, just to give you a little background, the story of this is supposed to be set around John and Mary, of course, Sam and Dean's mom and dad, and how they met, and pretty much how they got into hunting. If anybody has watched Supernatural, you know that Mary's family were the hunters, and yada yada yada. First episode, we know that Mary dies. Spoiler if you haven't seen Supernatural in the last 15 years, but she dies in the first episode, and that pretty much sets the boys and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays John in that series, on the journey going forward. Uh, and like I said, this is set around just kind of them how they met, and them getting into demon hunting. Like I said, from what I can I've seen so far of the pilot episode, episode one, I'm surprised to say like it's actually pretty good. The I'm really liking the chemistry between the two characters or the two actors that play John and Mary in this show. Um, Especially when you got a character, an actor like Jeffrey D. Morgan. I feel like you got a lot to live up to there. Like you got a lot of gravitas, and like because he has a lot of charisma, like a lot of gravitas. He's just a good actor. You know what I mean? So anytime you cast a younger version of somebody that a lot of people like, you already kind of, I feel like you're gonna get a lot of backlash as far as like casting goes. Like, oh man, he's not gonna fit the part, or whatever. But I can tell you just off this episode, I feel like he doesn't feel like Jeffrey Dean Morgan at that point in the series to me, or John Winchester at that point in the series to me, but he feels like a completely different character, and I think that's what this show needs, because you definitely want a fresh perspective after getting 15 years of Supernatural and demon hunting. I mean, they hunted everything in Supernatural, right? Like, so we got to go back to the beginning and give you everything here. Story starts right back off at 1972 in New Orleans. So we starts off right there at the beginning of the show. So we kind of give a time period of where we are, because continuity has to be a thing, because you're doing a prequel to an already existing story, and you kind of can't change the timeline. I guess you can, because they do it all the time. Supernatural, right? They go back in time, they die, but whatever. Surprisingly though, Jensen Ackles comes back to do a lot of the narration throughout the I won't say throughout this entire episode, but he does the narrating of his mom and dad story of this. And this gets me questioning, like, how does he know what the heck they did in between this? Like, because there really wasn't, as far as I've seen in Supernatural, there's really not a lot of time where they explain kind of like the past, because I feel like as you get in that show, they spend a lot of time trying to figure out what their mom and dad did, what they were doing. And like I said, now from what I can see of this episode, it looks like this is future Dean, kind of just going back and telling this story at this point. Maybe he has a little bit more knowledge. Don't want to spoil anything for the episode necessarily, but I just want to say that the actress that plays Mary, she's a total badass in this episode. I'm loving the character. Loving that they're giving her a lot to do, especially with her family being the hunters in the series. And just saying that she has some type of training, and from the perspective of like John kind of being the new guy, and he has no clue what's going on, because like you said, when we get in Supernatural, we see that he's like the veteran. He's the pro. He's the one that people call on to take care of your serious demon issues. But in this one, he has no clue. He's bumbling. They completely are out of sync. They have no idea. He has no idea what he's doing, what's going on. And like I said, that brings a lot of the comedy elements to the episode, which are freaking hilarious. Like I said, and I'm liking this kind of Scooby-Doo vibe to the show, if that makes sense. Like, because now we're adding additional characters in there as well. You know, friend characters. We're bringing Carlos and Latika into this episode, who are also hunters that are helping Mary in her never-ending vengeance to hunt demons and find her dad. She's trying to find her dad. He's trying to find his dad. They both have this in common. This is the whole reason that they're hooking up in the first place. I really like the secondary characters in the show of Carlos and Latika. Laka. I want to say Laka, but I love these characters so far. They're funny. They bring a lot to the series, to the show so far. They don't feel like you don't get that real damsel in distress vibe from them. They know what they're doing. They're experienced. The one character, this is her first time on the hunt, but she clearly has experience with demons, and this is the first time that we get this here. Same old with the demons, right? We've seen the old smoky smoke of possession. In this episode, gives us starts us right off with a demon, and kind of figure out what's going on. And like I said, no spoilers, but they're tracking down, John's tracking down his first demon and trying to figure out what's going on there, while also trying to find out the mysteries of his father, that he feels like just walked out on him when he was young. He has no clue what the heck happened. But this first episode, of course, explains a lot of what the heck was going on, and it's still a lot to unravel. And also, Mary's trying to figure out where her dad is, because, like I said, he's a hunter. They come from a family of hunters, and she says, like, it's a never-ending battle that she just kind of wants to get out of and away from and just chill. You know what I mean? Like, and as they say in the episode, the ending is the ending is better than the start. The ending is worse than the start, right? Because you never know. Like, it starts off good, but it never ends well when it comes to this life, as you see in 15 seasons of freaking Supernatural. A lot of the special effects in here. Again, this is a CW show, so you're still going to get a CW vibe to it. It looks like a CW show. Not to knock on it or say that's a bad thing, but they definitely had a template to how they shows look, in terms of lighting or whatever. But that's not bad for this, because it jumps right back into the way Supernatural looks. Like, that world feels like you never left it after the original Supernatural show ends. And of course, like you said, we don't get a lot of the upgraded tech and stuff like that we get in the Supernatural show. Or I want to say, as far as I see right here, a lot of the magic that we get from Sam in the later Supernatural. But like I said, this just gives us a early look on how the team's going to look for this episode. Like I said, a lot of the special effects look really, really good. The monster that they present here looks good. I thought this was really good for a first episode. Kind of no excuse now after you've done this for 15 years with Supernatural, right? So with everything that's going on, like I said, I think the chemistry with the whole cast was just amazing. Like I said, I was 100% doubting that this would even be worth it. My only concern for this is not with the show itself, but just kind of the state of the network. So I'm hoping that this show particularly kind of continues, maybe on Paramount or something like that. I know it's on the CW right now, but hopefully everything goes well and we can get more of the show, because I can tell you that this first episode was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. I would definitely like to watch more of it. You maybe even go back and watch Supernatural before this comes out again. You know what I mean? Like I said, pretty good. Like I said, I'm loving all the characters, all the new characters they introduced. The aesthetic of the show, loving, Jensen Ackles coming back to narrate. Even though he's got like a ton of stuff on his plate right now, but hey, Dean Winchester is always going to be, I feel like, his heart, like his favorite character at heart. Like, he's never going to leave that role. He's always going to be known as that character. like I said, I doubted this would be good, but this is actually worth diving into after watching the first episode of the pilot of the show. Definitely worth going back into and taking a second look at. Winchester's coming to CW October 11th. I highly recommend this. I'm surprised I'm saying that. I recommend this. This is a good start to more Supernatural if you're a big fan. That show lasted 15 years for a reason, and I think this is a show that I think we can easily get another 4 or 5 seasons out of. I don't think you got to push it, but 4 or 5 seasons, and we get something good. We can get more of the in between or the before. We know what already happens. That seems to be the theme of the year, like the prequel series, and this is a good one to start off with for the CW. So check it out, October 11th, CW. Winchester's coming for you this fall, hunting some demons. And that, I'll catch you guys next time. See you.
Big gold bell.